you're back, guys. Welcome back. We're going to be jumping into Dash Crypto. A lot of people have been reaching out, and I appreciate that. We're going to be going through a couple different things here. There's somebody on my screen there? A couple different things there because we are going to be showing you that this particular coin has a long way to run. All right, a lot of people will tell you Dash is dead, Zcash is dead, Neo is dead. I'd rather buy another shitcoin that's not dead. A lot of people will say a lot of things. A lot of people will try to convince you that I am dead. And I'm very much alive, I think. But we are going to be jumping into it, guys. We're going to be trying to pull up a couple charts to give you a little bit of food for thought here on the channel. With Dash Crypto sitting at about 42 US dollars. We're going to try to give you an idea that this coin in particular has a lot of room to run. That it's not overbought. We're not sitting in an overbought zone. We're actually primed here on this coin. We've been consolidating for a couple months. Let's just kind of jump into it, guys. So first and foremost, guys, if you don't know, Dash is it's a 2 megabyte block capped coin. It has a lot of the same code base as Bitcoin, a lot of the same attributes as Bitcoin. It was originally a fork of Litecoin, which a lot of people, in the crypto community, they don't follow the history of this stuff, and I think that's a lot of the reasons they get mixed up in the crypto world is they don't go back to. It's like you can't learn a subject like crypto without learning the history from a conceptual standpoint. I'm not saying you have to absorb every single thing, but some of these main things that are big in crypto, you gotta jump in and you gotta learn them no matter what here. And here on the channel on Cryptocurrency Theory, you're here to to learn about these things. And we do jump back and forth, but at the same time on Cryptocurrency Theory, we want to give you guys a nuanced way of kind of looking into this stuff. Is that on my screen that keeps moving by? And we want to let you guys know that there's not just one particular way of looking at stuff, and we want to remind you that you got to take everything in crypto with a grain of salt, and you just got to trust what it is that we're talking about here on the channel. So, without further ado, we'll give you a little back history. So, originally, guys, it was launched in January 2014 from a fork of Litecoin. It was to improve on Bitcoin's perceived limitations, such as the slow transaction times, lack of privacy. This original project was named Xcoin, was rebranded then to Darkcoin, and finally it came to the final name, which we sit at today, is Dash, Digital Cash. Okay? So it's originally a fork of Litecoin. Okay? So we think about that for a second. Why was Litecoin created? Well, faster transactions. We're supposed to be using this stuff as money, and as much as people want to label this stuff digital gold, we're actually supposed to be using this stuff as cash. And it's a whole lot funner. Funner? Is that a word? Funner in Las Vegas? We're supposed to be using this as cash. That's kind of the whole thing here, is that people seem to, So the key features of Dash is Dash introduces features like two-tier network with masternodes, InstaSend for instant transactions, and private send for optional anonymity. Damn. So what I like about Dash, guys, and what I've liked about Dash, all jokes aside, is that you can actually spend it and use it as cash. It works great as cash. As you guys know, in the bear market, I was spending I was spending Dash crypto as cash. I was spending Dash on my crypto payments to pay for my Verizon cell phone bill. I was paying for I've paid payments internationally for people through Dash. You can use Dash Coin to pay. I mean, if you're wondering how you can use Dash Pay, just search it in the Google search bar and try actually spending it. You'll find that there's actually a lot of ways that you can facilitate a payment with Dash Coin. Okay. So what I have here on the screen here, guys, is like I said, we're always looking at things on a conceptual level here. This is not an end-all, be-all by any means, but it does kind of show kind of the nature of the beast per se, and you'll kind of see that here on the screen that this potentially could go much higher. Okay, this could potentially go much higher, all the way up to, I think we topped out at about 1400 US dollars per Dash coin. Way the hell up here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Way the hell up here. Do another search here to give you a fresh look at Dash. So that was the all-time high, somewhere around the $1,400 level, and that's pretty solid. That's bigger than you're going to get on most coins. And we like to look at things on log here on the channel, guys, to give you guys an idea that things aren't as bad as they seem. A lot of times people will say coming down from over $1,000, sitting at a little over $40, that'll be a failure coin. People call it a shit coin. And they have their own reasons for, like, a lot of people don't like the idea of some of the block reward going towards the master nodes voting on, like, improvements to the network. But how are you going to get the money for it? We're going to leave it all open source and just hope it works out. They've already tried that with Bitcoin, guys. There's been barely any improvements on Bitcoin since SegWit. There's, like, nothing happening on it. Okay? This recent thing at Bitcoin 30 has been, like, the biggest talk of Bitcoin because there's nothing that's happened on Bitcoin. There's like, no development. But anyways, guys, so the best way to, like, determine if a crypto is good is actually try using one of the coins yourself and finding what works for you and how coins can be used in different ways to achieve certain goals, right? And for Dash, the idea is to spend Dash, buy Dash. If you've been buying Dash like I have, you're actually doing really good on it because the coin price, despite its drop, if you're ongoingly putting your money into Dash coin, your average buy price is coming closer to this pinnacle moment we're talking here on the channel, which is at 42 US dollars, right? Okay, so let's pull up a couple little things here. Let's check out the MACD. I think I had that pulled up earlier. Let's check out some stuff on the MACD. Let's not focus on the overall growth because we don't want to let everybody know that we're going to go way back up to potentially over $1,000. We'd rather just kind of keep that kind of on the DL here on the channel. So we'll just kind of look at the last 5 years. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull it up here a little bit bigger here for you. So basically with the MACD, if you guys are not familiar with this particular technical indicator, you got a baseline that's running right here through the middle. You got a histograph, which is right here, the red and green. You have a signal line, which is represented by the red line. And you have a short-term moving average that is moving above the long-term moving average, which is above the baseline. And you have a short-term moving average that is falling under the 90-day moving average, or yeah, the 90-day moving average, represented by underneath the baseline. The histograph takes it a little bit further, and you basically use this tool to find that you're in a opportunistic moment, and taking advantage of that moment by entering a bull market trajectory, and or eliminating risk and hedging some of your risk by exiting position as you're entering, or finding a bearish trend, or locating in this case a bearish bottom, which we located here in the end of June 2022, which can be a bit deceiving, right? Because look, we can check out the price here. We can apply that price to the graph here, and we actually see that, like, in June of 2022, where were we in terms of price? We were roughly at 136. But see, it's not fair to look at crypto the same way as you look at a stock price. That's the whole thing. That's why I keep telling you, that in the world of crypto, it's not so easy to just look at an indicator and say, oh, well, look, it's moving under the short-term moving average is moving below the long-term moving average. I should get in on this. Is this trend on the histograph is telling me it's switching? It's not so easy to say, but we can take it a little bit further. Can look at it here. Let's check it out. Let's not dog it completely, right? Let's not say that it's not possible. Where'd my thing go here? So it's a combination of everything is kind of what I'm saying here. It's not just one. We can't look at it as just one metric. Okay, it's not fair to look at it here on the channel or anywhere for anybody to tell you that there's just one thing that drives the price. You have market psychology. You have the Bitcoin core price, which you have to look at on how many trading pairs there are against Bitcoin and its dominance on how it grows against Bitcoin or loses value. You now have to look at it on stable coins as well, because that's another algorithmic trade that will fake you out of your position. And on top of all that, you have to look at market sentiment and the idea that these cryptos move a lot differently than stocks. You know, there's some comparison, but a lot of times they don't really follow any, you know, certain technical tool or technical indicator. But we can collaborate and we can throw all these together and find that there is some type of there is some type of something we can look at to kind of prove our case, whether we're bearish or bullish. I'm bullish. I stay bullish most of the time, guys, especially at some of these lower prices on Dash. Simply because like let's take a look at it. Let's look at the price here. So back here, if we look at the histograph, right? Right here, down here. Are you guys seeing it? We are finding that for one, that blue line is above the signal line, right? We had a signal divergent for bearish movement around the middle of December, which surprisingly, because that's kind of where the price is kind of topped out at. That's where we were at, like $70. You know, it only shows 60, but I know we were at $70 per Dash coin. And I guess maybe I should throw this up here on linear charts just so you guys will get a little bit of an idea of what the fuck am I doing here? I'm getting back into my technical stuff here, guys. We know we haven't done a lot of this in a while, so just kind of roll with it here. Let's see here. Regular, I guess they label it as regular. Wow. Fucking barbaric. Look at this thing, though. Look how massive this thing could grow to, guys. Like, seriously. Like, this thing could really, really take off here. If we start looking at some of the trajectories, if we go into a bull market cycle, the trajectories on this could get wild, okay? And I think I was looking at it on the month chart earlier. I was spending a lot of time with this earlier. And, you know, like... This coin in particular has a long way, I think, to go, right? So let's look at it on the 5-year. Let's look at it on the month. Let's look at it on. I think I was looking on a 5-year here. So where the fuck is the damn chart? Okay, I guess it's already in where I need it to be anyways, so. Can the guy even use a chart? You guys never trust anybody on the internet, but hey, at least we're telling you that stuff doesn't follow technical indicators here on the channel. I guess we're halfway there. We're half true. This is the overall chart, guys, here, right? This is the overall chart. And, it's looking good, okay? It's looking fucking phenomenal. The reason it's looking so good, guys, is because, for one, I have it pulled up on log, which is a great way to look at crypto because it wipes out any inconsistencies that some idiot on the internet will say, oh, Dash Coin is dead. Well, if you look at it, yeah, here it might look dead, or it might be the best opportunity of your life. I will let you guys make that choice. But it also shows that, and I'm just going to pull it up. Let's pull up some indicators here. Let's look at the RSI. Let's look at the strength of this system here, this computer software. And as you see, we're not overbought at all. This will be a little bit confusing because I would bet you that on the next leg up, this RSI indicator goes a lot higher. But I would also imagine this. See, you got to look at this three-dimensionally too, guys. This is all gonna shrink comparatively to where we're going here relatively soon. So actually, I don't want to look at the RSI. That's a terrible. The strength of the system is determined by multiple factors. Therefore, it would be irrational for us to gauge using an RSI or really any technical indicator. That's why people that focus on these typically, I don't want to say that they're not accurate, but they're not really accurate. That's why that a lot of their projections don't pan out. But the MACD is kind of good. Okay, we'll look at the MACD because it kind of shows us based on this histogram right here, this histograph, that we got a lot more. We're only right above the baseline, right? For us to be in any type of overbought territory, we would really have to see that. We would really have to see that signal line and that moving average, which we just crossed, by the way. We just crossed a couple days ago. If I zoomed in on the day chart, but here on the month chart, we crossed it back in June. Okay, we crossed it back in June, which kind of makes sense, right? The histograph was down all the way from January to June, which makes sense. Anything you see under here, this baseline, guys, that was the time to accumulate, okay? We started getting bullish momentum here in June, believe it or not, but it's hard to gauge in crypto because we run sideways most of the time. That's why when we zoom out, it becomes less relevant. We have to look at different things other than just a technical on this particular case because we're running sideways. We're not really going up. We're not really going down. 20% variance in crypto can be absolutely nothing. So I would go as far to suggest is let's wipe the MACD. We'll look at it on Zcash here in a future video to let you guys know of where exactly Dash might be going. Let's pull up Dash. Let's pull up Zcash. I meant to say Zcash there. Let's check it out. See if Kraken's got a good oh no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let's slide this back on log. Let's put this back on Zcash. We'll go with Bitfinex. Let's check what Bitfinex is doing. There we go. Perfect representation. Look, when you zoom out, it's like a line because it doesn't make sense. But as you see, Dash is following a similar trajectory. With obviously a lot more premium here placed on Dash in terms of percentage point gains, but I would go as far to say as Dash probably will experience relative highs to somewhere in the $200-300 range, probably pretty quickly, and that's based on a couple indicators. The MACD running on a 12-month month spread, looking at the zoomed out relative strength index. And I think it shows clearly right here on the screen here that Dash has a long way to go in terms of charts, in terms of like where we're going here, right? And I think you see that here. For people that don't see it, guys, it's because you're on the linear scale. You got to go back up to log here to find that we're just passing December's prices here pretty soon. Once we do, we're going to be, like I said, up here in this $200-300 range. And then it's going to be higher highs from there. We might run sideways a little bit. Bitcoin might have to go to $150 or 150,000 US dollars. But I bet I can pull up maybe one more little thing here. So let me know, guys. Let me know if you like the technical analysis. It is the professional technical analysis from somebody who knows what's happening. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. We will set this back towards, let's set your visibility style. Okay. All right. I think we wrapped it up here, guys. I think I'm finding little things here we can do to make the channel a lot better. But yeah, guys, we're reversing right now. I would say that, like, in terms of Dash, prices to look out for are, I would say that you should maybe, if you're trying to trade Dash, maybe look to trade Dash somewhere in the, I would say the $4,000 level. I would say that would be safe. You might want to wait till the $9,000 level. I'm not going to be really looking to trade, but for people that are looking to trade, expect Dash to go well beyond your wildest imaginations. Okay, a lot of people will tell you otherwise. They'll say it's a shit coin. It'll be lucky to get to $600. They'll say the same thing. It'll be lucky to get to $200. We'll be at 200 soon. I think that is absolutely for sure. That is absolutely for sure. So a lot of times what we'll see people, you know, they'll cash in too early. You know, I did this on Zcash, or not Zcash. I did this on, let's see here. There we go. See? There we go. There's the prices. So Zcash, I would say somewhere in the $9,000 level. I mean, that would be, you know, overbought. Do another video on Zcash, guys, Dash. We got a lot of room to run here. Catch you guys in the next video. See you soon.